Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to our live feed update for September 8th. I'm your host, Taran Armstrong, and I'm here today to update you on everything that happened yesterday on the Big Brother 27 live feeds. It was day 62 in the house, and we're here. With me to talk about today is Scally. How you doing, Scally?
Hello, Taryn. All things considered, I think I'm in anger stage of grief we're working through, so seeing how it goes, but there's still Big Brother to talk about, kind of.
Kind of, indeed. Should be a relatively quick one here. I can't say that I've ever experienced this covering the show, doing the live feed updates where the people in the house are saying, man, nothing to talk about. This is probably really boring. Who's watching this?
Yep. Oh, they're not going to show this on the show. People must have stopped watching the live feeds. It's like, yeah.
Like everyone on that cast continues to complain all day about the format of the show, about the fact that there's no strategy to even talk. Morgan, like the biggest conversation of the day, outside of Keanu being told he's gonna get put up on the block, which we'll talk about, is Morgan being like, "Come on, we need some hammy time, Vince. We never get to hang out. We need to talk personal."
Yeah, personal talk is going to be coming, unfortunately, but it is truly just them constantly like, oh, I would love to put up production. I would love to evict production. We don't like what's going on. That's most of it.
Mm. So, as you know, Lauren is the HOH. She nominated Ashley, Morgan, and Will, but Morgan won the veto, which means that Lauren plans to replace her with Keanu. If Keanu wins the blockbuster, Ashley is leaving. If he doesn't, he's leaving. That is the state of things. Theoretically, there's some play here in that if, say, Keanu comes off the block, there's a world where like maybe Morgan wants Ashley to stay over Will, and maybe they could pull some other votes because Lauren actually would probably prefer Ashley to stay over Will. But Ava certainly wouldn't. Kelley doesn't really feel that way. Keanu could decide he wants to go in that direction if he just decides it. But it would also then require Vince, and why would Vince want that? It's kind of a non-starter here. It just doesn't make any sense to actually, get rid of Will over Ashley.
Yeah, they're all kind of vaguely talking about it. Like, there's one person or maybe two people that want the opposite, but that's probably not going to happen, right? So
Mhm.
it's not even worth discussing further.
So, in the meantime, it's just a matter of figuring out, or not figuring out, but of letting Keanu know. As we know, Lauren struggles with this. And so she has to very kind of lightly be like, so, um, I was thinking you have a good chance to win the veto? Or sorry, the blockbuster?
Mm.
And Keanu's like, what are you're not going to put me up, right? Like, it makes more sense to put up Vinnie. He's safer on the block. He's not going to get voted out. I'm going to get voted out. Yeah, but um, I think you can win. It's like, but listen, I kept you safe last week. A lot of people wanted me to put you up. Like, why would you do this for Vinnie, who's done nothing for you, has burned you multiple times? Um, he he did pick me in the locust thing.
Mm.
Okay, like one, yeah, because you we're gonna pick Morgan. Like, he's always gonna choose Morgan over you. He's always done this. And like I feel like I kept you safe last week. People wanted this hurts me, Lauren, that you would do this to me. You are a good competitor. So you're doing this because I'm a good competitor. You think I'm a threat. You want me out. No.
It's bad. Keanu is going to be heartbroken if this happens. I can't say angry. He doesn't want to make Lauren cry, but he is going to be heartbroken if this happens. And for Keanu, it's like Rachel just evaporated from the house. I'm thinking back to where she was telling him all last week, you should put up Lauren, you should put up Lauren. She's not going to keep you safe. And then now he finds himself here.
It's again, this is like, that's the whole conversation. It's just this back and forth. He at the end, he's like, all right, well, listen, give me a hug. She gives him a hug. I'm so sorry. He's like, oh, so you feel, I mean, so don't do it then. Like, genuinely, I don't think this is good for your game. As soon as I'm gone, you're next. Like, you're the next best competitor. And she goes, shit, what did I just do? And if you haven't caught it, if you're not watching the video of this podcast, don't worry. She is for sure staring at the screen as she talks to him like this. Yeah. I just don't think that I can do Vinnie. So yeah.
Yep. And of course, it's layered with like, and I don't want anyone else who is on the block to possibly go home. That would be devastating. So Lauren kind of yet again complaining that every person that she put on the block is kind of a problem if they go home. So here we are.
Yeah. So Keanu, yes, then goes and talks to Kelley and to other people. And he's pretty frustrated with the situation. He feels like he did keep Lauren safe last week. And, you know, when he talks to Rachel, she asked him, like, why do you think Lauren won't put you up? And he was like, she's not going to put me up. And then she was like, I hope that's true, Keanu. And now look at what happened. Rachel was right.
Always has been, always will be. So, look, I think that's gonna probably come true a couple more times this season.
So that's where Keanu is. He tries to get Kelley to campaign for him. Of course, Kelley has been going around saying she's perfectly happy to vote Keanu out. In fact, that she kind of wants him to go up, so that he can leave without her having to betray him. However, her true intentions might be a little bit different than that, because she actually does kind of make a pitch to Lauren that maybe she shouldn't put up Keanu and maybe she should, in fact, put up Vinnie, that it might actually be better for both of their games if Vinnie and Morgan are separated, that they are always going to choose each other. Lauren says, well, Vinnie kind of, sorry, now we're going to get into the Lauren talking to Kelley conversation, which was not in the HOH room. Vinnie, he owes me. So, Vinnie owes her, and Kelley's like, yeah, he owes me too. He's never going to pay either of us back. He's going to choose Morgan every time. He's not a reliable ally. Let's take him out. Keanu will stay truer to us than he ever would. And honestly, like, I feel bad. Even Ashley feels bad for Keanu. Every single person he's put his faith into has turned their back on him, including myself. I've done that too. You know, of course, this doesn't really go anywhere with Lauren. Nor do I really think it makes a ton of sense for her to put Vince up at this point. Because again, like, the game is just competitions right now, and Keanu is good at competitions. If you don't take the shot every time you have the chance, then you're just asking for him to jag himself to the end.
Yeah, that's the problem. And people have been able to like smooth things over with Keanu. Who else does he have anyway? So you could try even, and like Lauren says, he would have to win the blockbuster, then like stay through whatever competition's potentially going to come, then win HOH, then hope Lauren doesn't win veto, then hope Lauren doesn't win the blockbuster, then hope Lauren doesn't have the votes to go home. So like, just take the shot.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of what Keanu's up to. Again, more complaining throughout the day about the situation. Ashley does talk with Will, of course, with Morgan. She talks with Will about how she's annoyed with Morgan. And she just talks so much. She says, like outside of the house, I probably wouldn't be too annoyed with her, but like inside of the house, oh my God. And so they're talking about that. They're talking about how frustrated they are at the state of the game. And Ashley does talk to Morgan about like how well they like again they've so much. It's not so much that they've like given up. It's that there's genuinely just nothing to talk about. These people are like, oh, what get off your butts and start doing something. It's like, what is there to do?
Yeah.
You're just waiting for the blockbuster.
It's literally it. There's some talk of, okay, as Ashley and Will, we need to keep around Morgan for now, like not forever, but for now. But like, you can only do so much planning for the future. There's really not a lot to do. They're not going to campaign so hard against each other. Like, this is what it is.
Yeah, let's plan for next week. After we win the blockbuster and then win an HOH and also survive an elimination competition or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
Like, no, of course not. Like they're just like, so the talk is kind of turned to, all right, who are we voting for to win, guys?
Yep, that's about it. It's like, okay, well, so the person that I would never vote for to win is Kelley, but I would also never vote for. It's like, okay, well, can't not vote for everyone. As much as I might like it.
Ashley's like, damn, sucks that our season's not going to have a good winner to represent it.
Yep. Yeah. Ashley, the voice of the people sometimes.
Yeah. And in the meantime, Ava has just continued to lose her mind about Rachel. Just genuinely can't keep her name out of her mouth. Hasn't been able to since she was eliminated. We talked about this yesterday. I think she there's a few potential things going on. One is that I do think she feels guilty about the situation and is doing her best to not feel guilty, which is one of the most infuriating things that people do. For some reason, people are like, no, I cannot feel guilt because then people will see that I'm guilty. And instead, they do everything in their power to make themselves not seem like they feel guilty, which just makes other people feel more mad at them. It's just such a bad instinct. But she cannot stop talking about this moment and how Rachel did it to herself. And she also talked the other day about like how she really was hoping that she would win America's favorite player. And now that Rachel's gone, all of them are going to get more attention. So you're welcome. And it's and like just constantly calling Rachel the B word. People think she might have called her the C word. It's just I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying she's losing her mind.
Yeah, it's non-stop. And I understand the thought of Rachel's gone, so there's more attention to go around. But when there's overall less attention now on the season, by like kind of a lot, it still might be less attention than when Rachel was here.
Genuinely.
Yeah. You were kind of one of the bigger characters on the show and the feeds when Rachel was here. And now like a fraction of people that were paying attention are now paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are saying in the chat, she's become the new Mickey. Like the spirit of Mickey has gone into Ava. You need to be careful whose grave you celebrate over, I guess.
Yep. Yep, Mickey, who was credited as potentially the best player of the season by Ashley and Will, but also the worst player of the season. So
They were so spot on. They were like, "Wow, the fall must have been off the charts." Like,
yep.
yeah, I've got the charts.
Uh,
Um, So I mentioned before as well, Morgan and Vinny have plenty of stuff going on there. There's really, again, nothing to really report on. So we're going as deep as people noticed that Vinny took off his girlfriend's hair tie that he usually wears around his wrist. And again, Morgan's like, oh, I really want to talk. And Keanu's still talking about Vinny and Morgan. In fact, Ava also talked about it with Lauren. Like, can I just say something? Like, I just felt uncomfortable being around them. She was rubbing his leg. Like, I'm just like, and Lauren's like, oh, I see it. So very game relevant as well. They again have their like long talk that honestly just ended a couple of hours ago. They were up all night basically, just chatting away. Vibe is weird, I will say. Vibe is not as good as when Vince needed something.
Yep.
From Morgan.
Yep, it's definitely changed a little bit. As much as like I stopped eating pork, I would like to excuse myself from hammy time. That would be so nice. But it is look, they're still interacting a lot, but I wouldn't say it seems as locked in as it has.
And you know, a lot of this is Morgan, because half of Morgan's conversations with Vince, and half is generous, like on the low end, are about Lauren, and how he needs to target Lauren next week. That Vinny, you need to win HOH and you need to put her on the block. You know, Will is willing to drop Ava for this alliance. You need to drop Lauren. If you don't put up Lauren next week, I'm going to feel a type of way. And he's like, no, I'll do it. I'll put up Lauren. Yeah, for sure. Just keep rubbing my back.
We'll see. It'll be interesting because let's say Keanu goes home. Let's say Vince wins HOH. There's going to be honestly less than 3 non judge members left if they have another, elimination. So it's gonna be really hard for Vince to validate not doing
that. So I think he'll probably throw.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which he absolutely should not. In a house of 7 where more than half the house is likely to go up on the block. But you know, this is the state of things again. That's really, there's not a lot else. Scally, anything else that you had from the day?
Not really. I mean, just like for Will and Ashley, it doesn't make a ton of sense for them to be looking to the future. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I got this week, and then we'll reset, I guess. I said I was in anger, but maybe I'm still in denial. Maybe some kind of twist comes in that benefits me personally, but otherwise, like, that was the day.
Yeah, we can maybe take a couple of questions from the chat before we wrap up, but because we're not 20 minutes in yet.
Yep.
Yeah, Ashley did interrupt hammy time for a while. That's part of why they stayed up so late. It's because Ashley interrupted. Is Will automatically safe this week because of his injury? I wouldn't even say it's strictly because of his injury. I think that they would have wanted to keep Will regardless. And I wouldn't call it automatically safe because there is still a chance that they might want to keep Ashley around. Because like there's a world where like if they're thinking about it, and it's like, well, if Keanu wins the blockbuster, then we can't take him out. Do we want to keep Will around? Because that's essentially, keeping like Felicia and Suri around when Jag is in the house. And it's like, well, maybe we actually want to keep the Coreys around so that there's a chance that somebody, not that Corey was great at competitions, but a chance that somebody can beat Keanu. But I don't think they'll think that far ahead. If Vince or Kelley if pretty much anybody wins, it's already a waste of a season. Why won't Lauren listen to Kelley about Vince? I think that she does feel that way about Vince. I think that she does not trust him. And it basically is just using him as a number at this point. I think she overestimates his value as a number, but I think she also recognizes that Keanu's just a massive threat competition wise. That's what she told Ava. I think she fully wants to go to final three with Ava and Kelley. But I think she feels the best way to get there is to take out Keanu. Morgan obviously would have been her preferred target, but and I don't think she's entirely wrong.
I think she's correct. I think that like Vince is not her ideal final two member. He may not be extremely loyal to her if it were to come down to it, but I do think Keanu and Morgan are more pressing threats for her right now.
Dolores wants to know, Scally, who's your winner pick at this point?
Oh God. I think I am going to go with Will. And I'm manifesting.
Gotta go wants to know is if Keanu is on the block, is he definitely voted out? And I believe the answer to that would be a pretty resounding yes. Because even if Kelley didn't vote him out, you would have Ava locked in, you would have Ashley and or Will locked in, and you'd have Morgan locked in as anti-Keanu votes, even if Vince and Kelley both decided to go in a different direction. And Vince also really wants Keanu gone. So he's I mean, it's probably Kelley will likely throw him a sympathy vote, but he's just about gone. Has Ashley dropped the Elle Woods act? That's a subjective question, I think. She hasn't mentioned that she's dropped it.
And like, what's the point now? Like, should she come off more threatening while she's on the block? Like, no. Like, we'll save it.
Where does the season rank for both of us so far? Well, that's a question that we will answer on the roundtable tonight. But Scally, you can certainly answer it.
Oh my God, where does it rank? I mean, look, if I'm giving it a rating, like I like to give my weekly ratings on a how do I feel in the moment, and that's where I'm going to throw it a 1 to tank the average. But if I am saying like, how have I enjoyed the season as an average overall so far? It's been pretty good, but I think these last few weeks could, like, with a series of ones, could really tank it.
Yeah. People are also asking about Lauren in the final two. Some of them jokey questions, some of them serious. There's a lot of talk about final twos. Lauren, despite being one of the better comp threats left in the game, not getting any respect for it yet. Now, to be fair, Keanu wasn't for the first 2 months of the game. And in the next 3 weeks, if she continues to dominate competitions, what they're saying is, I don't care if she continues to dominate competitions. She doesn't speak to anyone. Therefore, she doesn't deserve a jury vote. But it's possible they changed their minds, but that's what they're saying right now. Keanu even had a bit of salt for Vince yesterday, saying like, if all it takes to play the game is to cry and whine, then this game is stupid. Something.
Yeah. I think that, it will be good for Lauren that at the final two, when you give speeches, you are supposed to speak to a screen. So that will be helpful. But otherwise, it's not looking great. I think you have to end up there with maybe like one specific person.
People are asking, would I stop watching the season if it wasn't my job? No, I wouldn't. I'm 25 years deep into this. Like, I would have to watch it in some capacity. Would I be paying as close attention to what's happening right now? Probably not. But that's the burden I bear for you guys. All right. I think that's about what we've got here. There is some stuff coming up, of course. The roundtable tonight, I will release the survey after the veto ceremony ends. Or feeds come back from it, although I don't think we are expecting any surprises. We're expecting Keanu to go up on the block today. With the survey, you can rate the players, you can rate the season, and all kinds of things. So make sure you fill that one out. We'll also have some extra coverage today. The slop and a special Rachel Riley was robbed morning stream.
Yeah, look, I think I'll be there. I think I have some mourning. I think I have some complaints.
Airing of the grievances, it's called. So that's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern. Then it's immediately followed by the slop at 6 p.m. and then we will have the roundtable at 8 p.m. So all kinds of hopefully cathartic content here in the day. So check that stuff out. Of course, check out my book, Behind the Mirror, TaranArmstrong.com. Check out the Patreon content I've got going on for Australian Survivor versus the World. Just aired its finale. Much more fun than what's happening right now on Big Brother. Scally, how about you? What do you got going on?
Myself and Matt Ligori are talking about this season and old of The Challenge over on the Free Agents podcast. So go check that out. And then anything else I'm doing on Twitter at Brian_Scally, Blue Sky, Brian Scally, and twitch.tv/bscally.
All right. Well, stay tuned. I think it'll be on YouTube all the morning and the airing grievances. But yes, thank you all so much for joining us here today. Hopefully we'll have a bit more to talk to you about in the future, but we will see all of you next time.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.